also is chasing his goal of playing hoops in 20 different countries. And for a change, Lee decided to join us on the show, but this time not via Zoom, but inside the Sportsnet studios here at CNN Philippines headquarters. In part one of our interview with Lee, we catch up with Mr. International Pickup Tour as he marks his 15th stop here in Manila. Hey, brother.
Ah, man.
Finally,
it's
man.
So good to meet you in person, yeah.
Not just via Zoom.
No, yeah.
You're a lot taller. No, thank you. And look at that shirt to all your fans and supporters, Mr. International Pickup Tour. So welcome here to CNN. Is this your first time?
It's my first time in the Philippines, yes.
And how has your trip been so far? Have a seat, my friend.
Honestly, it's been amazing. It's been... you know, when you always have expectations when you go anywhere, and this has like blown those expectations away. The people have been so welcoming and so friendly. The food's been fantastic. It's been hot and steamy, but it doesn't matter because it's been such a great, you know, basketball event, and I've met so many incredible people, and it won't be my last trip here to Manila, I can tell you that.
Well, I'm glad that you're here for the first time in the Philippines and you're having a great experience. Us Filipinos, of course, we want to welcome guests with hospitality, feed you every second, just let you try all these kinds of food. Lee, well, it's about that time. It's about darn time that you're here live. Thank you again for joining us. And yes, this is your 15th stop in the basketball expeditions. You were here for the Hoops Fair for 2 days. Yep. And we know, you know this, basketball is a religion here in the Philippines. What's it like to meet, talk to, and experience this firsthand and just see the passion of Filipinos for basketball?
You know, that's where it starts, with the passion and the enthusiasm. And I just could feel that. The energy and the vibe around the Hoops Fair was just incredible because people do love basketball. And while the Philippines hasn't yet produced that super NBA talent, I think it's only a matter of time. I really do. And I can relate that to being Australian because 30 years ago, we had, you know, Andrew Gaze and Luke Longley and Shane Heal, and now we have more guys who are more successful and key players on teams. So I think that's going to happen for the Philippines. And man, I sort of feel a bit sorry for that guy who does make it because his life is just going to be crazy. You know, or female too. It could be female because the women here are obviously just as passionate. I played in the Hoops Fair celebrity game on Sunday night, and we had a lot of girls on our team as well, and they were bawling, man. I tell you, they were bawling. So it's really cool.
Did you guys win?
We did win, yeah. We were down big. Well, we were down 6 points with about a minute to go, and we had the big comeback. So it was great, yeah.
And they have an import.
Well, yeah, Coach Trina had me on the bench. Maybe that's why we won at the end.
No. We've seen you play hoops, man, on your Instagram. You've also met some of your, of course, loyal supporters, followers, and new friends, new fans. Well, from your days in the starters, as you can see, flashing on our screens right now, all these pictures, all these people, just really happy to see you. How was it like to connect? You know, for other fans who say, hey, I've been watching you since the starters, and I've been following your career and get to see you in person, get to talk to you. How was that likely?
You know, it's been amazing because you're right. Some of these people have been following me and supporting the No Dunks crew, the starters, and the Basketball Jones even, which goes back over a decade. Yeah. So to actually meet these people who have been there the whole time was incredible because the truth is, if those people didn't support me and us, I wouldn't be here. You know, because if we didn't have an audience, we wouldn't have a show. If we didn't have a show, then no one would care if I was here in Manila. But instead, you know, people can really relate to that basketball passion that I have. And then I get here, and everyone's been really sincere and genuine as well. So I've tried to give that love back to the people and give everyone their time. Five-minute conversation, selfies, autographs, all that sort of fun social media stuff, and then trying to post it and share the love.
And they sense also your sincerity and your genuine attitude because, you know, you're an approachable guy and you're just really, your love for basketball, it exceeds any language. So we also saw you attempting this trick shot at the tenement. We have a video of this in Taguig. Here it is. There's Lee Ellis at the tenement in Taguig Talk to us about how was experience in this court and this trick shot.
Yeah.
Walk us through this. Be real, Lee.
Yeah.
You're on sports. How many attempts did it take?
All right.
Woo.
Well, it's true. It wasn't the first attempt. How many do you think it took me? Have a guess.
5?
No, 7 though. Not too bad.
Oh, okay,
Really,
okay.
yeah. But tenement court is one of those ones that I've seen on social media for a long time. It's always really well painted. It's got that great atmosphere there with the community, and so I always wanted to play there. And so when I spoke with Nico and the team from Titan, and they invited me out here, I was adamant that I was going to go and play there. And once I decided, you know what, why not try to have a little bit of fun there? So we asked some people if I could go upstairs, and took a few shots and knocked it in, and it was such a cool experience. And that court, we got to play on it last night, although not for very long, unfortunately, because it started to rain. But it was, again, just one of those life experiences that I really, really enjoy.
It's a great place over there, and a lot of really basketball fans there at the tenement in Taguig. And was it hot during that day?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the only thing. It feels like since I stepped off the plane here, it's been like in a sauna the whole time. But you know what? It's all good because, again, when you're here for something like the basketball activities that I've been for, you don't really care about the weather. You're there to have fun. And I'm just happy it's dry and we're even able to have this event, because even a week or so prior to it happening, I know there are a couple of typhoons, and they almost cancelled the event. So, you know, I can handle the heat when it's like that, because it's like I'd rather that than not have the event at all.
Yeah. Good that it didn't rain during those days. How about the food? You talked about the food, and Filipinos just really love to eat, and feeding you. If we have a guest, like, try this, try that.
Yeah.
What Filipino food have you tried? Any favorites?
Well, I can't remember the names, but Nico Ramos was very adamant that I was eating Filipino food, and I was like, I only want to eat Filipino food, okay? Because I'm not...
So no pizza, no burgers?
No, nothing.
Okay.
And so I trust the people I'm with to just order. And it was kind of sneaky, because they only bring out sort of smallish servings, and then you say you load your plate up, and before you know it, you just feel like, oh my God, now I feel like I'm so full. But it's all been really, really good, and I just appreciate the effort people have made to ensure that I've had the full Manila and Filipino tasting experience. It's been really, really awesome.
You can't remember the adobos or...
Well, yeah, I mean, if you sort of showed me the menu, I could probably pick them out. I just can't remember, because again, it wasn't like we had one dish. It was like we had 10, and I'm just like, you know, do you like this? Do you like this? I'm saying, honestly, whatever you guys eat, I'm going to eat it. So it's been great.
You should try the mango shakes too here. Really good, ripe mango shakes. Well, let's talk about your global tour. For sure, it has been, you know, quite a journey, merging hoops and one of your passions, which is traveling. And I envy you so much, because I wish I could travel as much as you have. And 15 countries into this world tour for Lee. How would you describe this entire process? I know fatigue can be part of it. It's part of the territory. But 15 countries traveling. Yeah.
Well, I'm energised by the support I've received by fans out there. So when I came to a place like Manila, I had so many people in my messages saying, you know, come on out, I'll show you around, we'll go up for a game. And so that's been happening everywhere, and it's been happening more and more the more that I've been doing this. So I get, after I visit a city and I play a game, that's when the messages get the most, because people are like, hey, come to my city, come to my country. And so I'm going to as many of them as I can. I initially set the goal at 20, as you can see by the T-shirt here, but honestly, I'm at 15 already, which I didn't expect to be so soon.
So fast.
And so as long as I've got the support and the encouragement and people want me to continue to go, I'm going to go to as many as I can. So, and the other thing is, you know, I don't also just want to stay in one place like Manila and say, okay, that's it, I've seen the Philippines. I want to come back and explore more of the country as well. And I know there's so much more to it. So where I am right now is just like, I'm going to keep going with this. It's a really, really cool life experience.
Next time. Now, how does a first-time Manila visitor describe our passion for basketball? Lee Ellis will answer that question in part 2 of our interview after a really quick timeout. Stay tuned to Sports Desk, only here on CNN Philippines, where we go all out for the day's top sports stories. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sports Desk only here on CNN Philippines. Much has been said about the Filipinos' intense passion for basketball. What we lack in height, we make up a lot for a lot of puso, a lot of fight, passion, laban Pilipinas. And first-time Manila visitor Lee Ellis personally witnessed this nation's passion for the game of basketball. In part 2 of our interview with Lee, he talks about enlisting the services of a certain goat maintainer in his project, as well as Gilas Pilipinas' chances, or realistic chances, in the 2023 FIBA World Cup. Watch this. This project of yours also, Lee, opened doors to a lot of collabs, especially with the NBA top 10 GOAT maintainer, Bo Estes. Let's play a clip with where Bo works his magic behind the mic during your stay, I believe, in London. Let's watch this.
With London calling, Lee went ballin'. It's your top 10 from Lee on the London streets at number 10. The sauce god, Enel, proves that going left is fundamental. It's a smooth little swoop to the hoop, getting him in.
That's awesome. And how did you link up with Bo?
Well, so Bo and I know each other from my time at NBA TV, and we've connected a few times on social media. And so when I'm on this journey as well, I've got all this footage, and I want to make it entertaining, and I want to include all the people who come out and play and show off some of their skills and their highlights. And so I just messaged Bo and I said, hey, do you want to do this for me? And he was
awesome.
Bo said yes straight away.
Of course.
And the funny thing was, I wrote a script out, and I said, I've got a script here, and he's like, I don't want the script. Just give me the plays.
Let Bo do his thing.
Exactly. He said, give me the plays
and I'll do my thing.
And that was it. And then a day or two later, he had it back, and it was awesome. It's not the first time I've worked with Bo in terms of he did something for me last year as well for a promotion, because his voice is just perfect. But
legendary.
You know, the crazy thing is, like I say, he just wants to be creative and express himself that way. And I'm like, Bo, go for it. Do your thing. It's way better sounding like him than as if someone else sort of put those words into his mouth. And it was awesome.
That's crazy. Well, Lee, I wish you could stay longer, but you have to. You're about to leave Manila, go back to Atlanta, go back home. I believe your flight's today.
That's right.
We were just here a few days. And the 2023 FIBA World Cup, I was telling you about this, happening in more than a week, August 25th. You've got people from various countries coming to the Philippines for this global basketball showcase. And also, if a friend or a colleague of yours is coming to Manila to cover the games or watch as a fan, how would you describe to them, like for those also with no expectations, or probably with some expectations of the Philippines, coming here for the first time as well? Klay Thompson's also arriving here in Manila August 31st. Other NBA players as well. Our Team USA is coming. What would you tell them? How would you describe to them the Filipino basketball culture?
I mean, so passionate and so dedicated. Like the commitment is there, the enthusiasm is there, and I mean, like I'm obviously nowhere near the level of Klay Thompson, but when he's here, people are just going to go crazy. For him. But you know what? Again, it's all in a really good way. Like, nobody has sort of been crossed the line or asked for too much. Everyone's very respectful and appreciative, and that's what I think has made it so fun for me, that I've never felt at any point that anyone's like trying to get too much out of you or take up too much time. So that's the thing. Like, I think Filipino people love basketball. They love basketball people who love basketball, and they just want to celebrate it together. So you're going to have a great time. You're probably going to sweat a lot while you're here. But again, trust the Filipinos to order your food, and you'll have a fantastic time.
Of course, you're here. We got to maximize. You got to put your analyst hat now.
Right.
Our producers, Noel, we're going to make you work. You're here live in person. Lee Ellis, not just on Zoom. Okay, all eyes on Gilas Pilipinas, our very own Philippine basketball team in the World Cup. We are co-hosting. Utah Jazz star Jordan Clarkson is our naturalized player. Just worked out his contract during the offseason, and he will certainly, bring a lot of hype, a lot of scoring power. Of course, against other teams with NBA talent as well. We'll be playing the Dominican Republic with Karl Anthony Towns, Al Horford, those guys. What does Gilas, or a Philippine team, need to do in order to win as many games as we can? Because, of course, we're hosting. We want to go to the next round and go far as much as possible.
Look, I mean, they've got the biggest home court advantage here. with the fans coming out to play. But we also understand that, you know, basketball now is so good on so many levels. There's so many countries that, you know, realistically, I don't think a medal is within reach for the Philippines. But get out of that first group stage. That is progress, and that's how it starts. We all want to rush that process, and we want to go straight to the gold medal game. But again, I'm speaking from Australia because I see similarities in the way Australian basketball is, or was 30 years ago, to where the Philippines basketball is now. We made the 4th place game a couple of times, and it's tough. You lose a heartbreaking loss or whatever. But that's where I think the Philippines is right now. Jordan Clarkson is a legit player.
Oh, yeah.
A legit scorer, you know, but there's so many of these other teams now have multiple NBA players on their teams as well. And some of the other teams, like France or Spain, these guys have been playing together forever as well. So that veteran experience comes into play. I think the Philippines is not there yet, but it's going to be something that you have a good tournament here, and the next 5-10 years, that's when you can really see that progress, because the fans are going to see it up close. They're going to feel it. And, I mean, it's going to be an incredible tournament. I'm really, really excited for it. The USA should be favourite, but they're not the favourite they might have been, you know, years ago. You know, they're beatable. But, again, the Philippines players have got a lot of pressure on them as well. They've got a huge advantage, but, again, they can't get off to a bad start. You've got to win those first couple of games, get that momentum and get that energy, and who knows from there?
Yeah, and hopefully we beat the Dominican Republic, Italy, and we also group with Angola. And speaking of which, before we let you go, I know you have a flight to catch. Will you be back here? You should be back for the World Cup. Somebody should fly you back here. And then
I was trying to get some work out here, but I couldn't quite connect on getting a deal done. But it's fine. I mean, it is certainly
we'll work it out.
My only or last trip here to the Philippines, because Nico Ramos, again, the team at Titan, Nike Basketball, King LeBron James, they made me feel so welcome that it's like, I said to him already, if this is, because it was the inaugural event, I said, if this is a yearly thing,
count me in.
Book my ticket. Yeah.
Every year.
Exactly.
And make it longer.
Exactly.
And you can stay at my place if you want. Come here. Come with me to work at CNN Philippines every day. Again, thank you for joining us. Maraming salamat. Safe